Oh, hello everybody.
I
We're the
forgot we
Psychedelic
said
Laundromat. It is episode 11. We are here tonight after such a long time of not being able to do Wednesday shows because things have been overlapping a lot personally. So finally back with all of this. So welcome everybody to this podcast Wednesday. On the show tonight, we're going to be talking about the healthcare CEO assassination, which a lot of people have been memeing for the past 7 days. We have a name of the person that did it. His name is Luigi. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about already the Luigi memes are out in full force. So we'll be discussing that. Also, we are also going to be talking about this Jay-Z thing that's been going down about 3 days ago. Jay-Z has been in the news.
Damn.
And not for the reasons that are positive. Let's just say that there's some allegations out on him now. Jay-Z, as you know, is a billionaire, the first billionaire rapper, I believe, besides Dr. Dre. So he's in the news now for what is some sexual assault allegations. So we'll be talking about that as well.
Damn.
And I'll be giving out the link later to our Discord. If anybody wants the link, stay tuned.
Yep. Fortnite has been refunding players. We'll be talking about Fortnite and it's possible the amount of money that they've had to actually pay out to people because of certain incidents that have been going on. We got that to go over.
That, so I can have fun.
And then also, we also have a TikTok ban that's been implemented through our government. We're going to be talking about that and how TikTok might be banned in America. Also, we're going to be talking about Hawk2, a girl and her crypto coin scam that recently just got ousted. So, Hawk2, a girl, also a meme from this year. She recently decided, you know what? I'm going to start not only having a podcast, but I'm also going to get involved in crypto and start scamming people. So she started doing that. So those are our topics for tonight, and we'll be discussing some more stuff from you fans out there, like Sketchity and from Salt, and many more who come into the show later on. So, welcome everybody.
Now?
What?
You want to generate the link now?
Audience? Well, we could do it near the end of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes. People, for the show, we're going to leave our Discord link in the chat. The link is only going to be good for an hour. So, if you can't get it then you can wait till Friday's show because we just started opening up our Discord server because people have been asking. So now that we got one up and running, we're going to start adding fans in. So when that happens, make sure to click the link when you get to it if you're interested. In the meantime, we are going to start talking about some recent stuff that's been going on the past week. So we'll start with the big story that has been going on. Yes, Luigi and this UnitedHealthcare CEO thing that happened in New York. So there's a guy by the name of Luigi Mangione. Thankfully, I know how to pronounce his last name because I've run into many Mangionis across the Italian sector of New York.
I'm just
and maybe some down in Florida. What?
Thinking about that Chuck Mangione dude from King of the Hill.
Oh, I didn't even think about him, quite actually. He's not even Italian as far as I'm concerned.
I know, but it's just a coincidence on name.
Okay, so anyway, Sketch it even says not related to Chuck Mangione. So what happened is on New York sometime last week, Luigi Mangione basically took a silencer gun, was all dressed in a hoodie, and looked like a professional hitman. Was riding his bicycle, by the way, and went up with this silencer to the UnitedHealthcare CEO. Was walking on the street. He was going, I believe, to his either like this building or something, and he shot him in the foot and in the back of the head with the silencer. Now, there's actual video cam footage of this. They were able to get. Now, the Luigi had been in New York. We're taking
Guy, we can't hear you.
What the hell is
What?
this? We can barely hear you, bud.
What are you talking about?
Your mic just cut out like
For a little bit, yeah.
No, my volume's fine right now.
Well, I'm just warning you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Again, it's these servers. It's not my mic. I've been double checking everything. It's not my mic.
Yes, that's Sketchy said it.
Yeah, again, it's these servers. Plus, I'm going to be getting a new computer soon because I'm looking at Alienware right now. Anyway, yeah, because everything is fine on my end. Anyway, so he had been in New York for a couple of days before he had planned this this killing. And the reason why he was going to kill this guy, Salt is making food. Salt, let me ask you, with the food you're making, are you going to put salt on it?
Yes, Salt. We did say we got a Discord. You got to wait till the end of the show to get the link. It's only going to be good for an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Luigi had been suffering from back issues from a surfing accident that I believe that he had in Hawaii. I'm not sure if that was the cause of it, but apparently his back pain was so bad that this healthcare, he had UnitedHealthcare as his provider, and they wouldn't cover most of his they wouldn't cover his surgeries that he would need for his back. So the thing that he did was, because of him being exploited by this healthcare system that we have in America, he decided to take matters into his own hands and shoot the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. So that is ultimately the story. The guy got away on his bike, and considering this is New York City, where there are like security cameras everywhere, there's practically surveillance on every street corner, there are cops on every street corner. This guy did not get arrested until like 3 or 4 days after this shooting happened. That is ultimately what's been going on. They arrested him a couple of days ago. He's been arraigned, I think, since yesterday. But because of this, people have been online practically going around saying that they don't care that this United CEO healthcare guy has been shot, which is the right thing to say, because this guy has been basically doing what is called social murdering. Now, if you don't know what social murdering is, it's a term that has been used in a lot of leftist circles where people in the ruling class, or people that have high amounts of wealth, that exploit people, whether it's through work or whether it's through healthcare or whether it's through poor living conditions, they slowly kill people. But it's the type of killing that you don't see in real time. Like, you don't see it with killing people like what Luigi did. You don't see it when it comes to like a mass shooting that you see in a school or something. This is the type of murder where it slowly happens and you don't see it on screen. This is the type of killing where you talk about how there is a certain amount of people that die every year due to lack of health insurance. For example, I think the number is around in the 5 figures to the 6 figures of people who die every year because they have less access to health care. Because if you know, and Sketchy says tax the rich, there's this thing where the number one reason why people go bankrupt is because of medical bills, because they can't afford the health insurance. And so because of that, a lot of people feel like they are being exploited by this healthcare system that is not helping them because of pre-existing conditions. We're the only country in the world that does not allow people to get insured because of what they call pre-existing conditions, because then they would have to pay that out. And healthcare companies, for the large part, don't want to pay out, because paying out means that they lose less profits. So, because this is what corporations generally do. If anybody doesn't know how corporations work, I'm going to explain it a little bit so everybody gets it. Corporations, in a lot of ways, their number one goal is to make as much money as possible. Not revenue, I'm talking profit. Profit is after you paid all your employees or you met your budget and you make more money more money than what your budget already put out. So profits are like the number one thing for these corporations, and insurance companies are publicly traded. Most people don't know this. insurance companies are publicly owned entities. They're not privately owned. So that means that they're involved in the stock market, which means there are shareholders. And a lot of times in the stock market, shareholders are the people that the company has to appease. It's not the people that are getting insured. It's the fucking people that are putting stock into this company in order to generate their own version of wealth. So and a lot of people have been exploited by the system that we have. I mean, this is basically what capitalism is. Because of that, this is one of the reasons why Luigi went after the CEO and shot him down, because of it. Now, I'll say this. I do not condone murder in any ways. I think it's unjustifiable, but I do understand why he did it, and there's a lot of people online who've been understanding it. Luigi has actually been on Reddit threads where he's talked about back pain, and he's trying to help people who have gone through back pain in the past. And he has tried to give them advice. And he put out a letter before he went out and shot the CEO about all the things. He called the CEO a parasite. He's been calling every healthcare company a parasite. It's all of these things. And even there are people that, and obviously the only people that really care that the CEO has died are people with a lot of money, usually the wealthy. If you go on any legacy news media stuff, the anchors and everybody that's got a lot of money are saying like, oh, look at these people that are not caring about his family and the fact that they just lost a father. Well, the reason why they don't care is because there are so many people that have died off of this parasitic relationship with healthcare companies. People have lost family members due to people not getting health insurance or not getting the general care that they need in order to get through, say, a cancer, for example, or a tumor, or anything that can be life-threatening. A lot of times they can't go to the hospital because their healthcare bills will ultimately become, or hospital bills, I should say, are like in the tens of thousands of dollars. And that's one of the reasons. What'd you say?
I said, hell, people rather die than take an ambulance ride.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, because an ambulance ride even costs money to do. I mean, that's one of the things why people don't do it, and they just die in their beds because they can't afford it. And because of that, there's all these people that are now getting on Ben Shapiro, for example. Sketchity brings this up. Ben Shapiro tried to defend him on his YouTube channel, and the people in the comments, which is his own fan base, pretty much ripped him to shreds. Because this affects everybody, not just one side of the political spectrum. It affects both in the middle and the working class, pretty much. The only people that it doesn't affect are people that are in the wealthy sector of the country, and they're the ones that are really profiteering off of this. So anybody that really defends this CEO and the fact that, you know, this poor family and stuff like that, I mean, it's nothing compared to the people who have lost family members due to this guy socially murdering people. I mean, this type of murder is legal in America. Social murder, not just in America, social murder is pretty much legal around the world. But people don't know about it. People have not been educated on it because people just don't have a means to be, or there's just been not enough reason for people to accept that the fact that this thing exists. But now that this type of thing happened, now people are starting to talk about it. Now people are starting to get educated on it. And we started seeing memes now because there's now people putting out memes of Luigi shooting King Karul from Smash Brothers in the back of the head with like a ray gun or something in the middle of the New Donk City stage of Super Smash Brothers, because it takes place in New Donk City, which is a reference to New York City. So I started seeing that around. People are saying, well, where's Mario's motive in all this and all that stuff? So, excuse me, I needed water. But right now, you're starting to see a lot of coverage on this, and who knows when this court trial is going to happen. But people have been calling him, people are saying, like, again, it's understandable why he did it. They don't justify murder, but they're saying, yeah, I could pretty much understand why he did it. But the thing is, as this was going on, there was a court case that was going on with Daniel Penny. Now, Daniel Penny is the guy who killed Jordan Neely on a subway because he choked him out on a subway because Jordan Neely had a mental health episode on the subway. So this guy who was trained to pretty much take down, was pretty much trained by the government to basically put death chokeholds on people. He did so. This was not caught on camera, I believe, but it was a pretty big story a year ago. but he had his court trial and he was found not guilty. And so people online, or not people online, but people on like the legacy media places have been calling him a hero because he choked out a homeless man on a subway. But they're not saying that Luigi's a hero because he killed a CEO. So obviously, we know where their priorities lie. We know where their motives are. They want to protect the rich, and anybody that's homeless or anybody that's like in the poverty, they don't accept any people. They don't accept them as human beings, to be quite honest. And so that's why you're seeing a lot of this stuff happen from people with, you're starting to see these reactions. And then as time goes on, you're going to start seeing a lot of these people who at first were like on this guy's side because he was like saying that he was being exploited by this healthcare system. Pretty soon you're going to start people changing their tune once like Trump starts talking about it and other Republicans start talking about it, because the MO of pretty much any conservative out there is to support the wealthy. And because in their minds, the wealthy deserve all the power. They deserve to have everything. And anybody that doesn't have money, that doesn't have a certain level of power, they deserve jack shit. So that's generally the line that you're probably going to see as this starts shifting. But I would say one of the things to advocate for in your local towns and anything else is public health. Not public health, but a public option when it comes to healthcare. I would say that anybody that wants to get rid of these private health insurance companies so that stuff like this doesn't happen to you, your family members, or to have a bigger conversation about healthcare, because as Bernie Sanders would always say, it's a human right. Advocate for a public health option, advocate for Medicare for all, for example. And just start educating people on it, because it's not just about educating people. It's also helping them unlearn a lot of the things that they've been taught about healthcare, and like how, if we took healthcare away, because like one of the biggest defenses of why we should still need private healthcare is like, think of all the employees that would lose their jobs if private companies just went away. So it's about teaching them and on making them unlearn a lot of these what's the word? Sorry, the word's escaping me. All these defenses of private health insurance. It's good to actually get this education and this unlearning, because then you'll be able to form these conversations with people that you know in real life. Because most of us grew up in poverty. Most of us are growing up in the lower middle class. Most of us are still living paycheck to paycheck. So it's imperative that people actually learn more about it and get in touch with people that support a public health option, because that's going to be beneficial for everybody, because then the government pays for all that. And the way you pay for it is to tax the fucking wealthy, as Sketchity was saying. Instead of that money going to the defense budget, which is what the Pentagon is, it would basically be all the billionaires that we have, because we have like 100 or so billionaires. You tax all of them. All that money then goes to making sure that we have a health insurance thing that where all we have to do, the government pays for every time we go to the hospital or we go to the doctor. So what's she saying? Luigi and Mario technically are working class labor workers who save a head of state for being hostage from a dictator. Yeah. Why do you think the Mario brothers are so liked? Because of that reason. Why do you think people keep playing Mario games? And also, if you really think about this, Mario stopped in the Paper Mario games. I always bring this up to people. In the latest Paper Mario game, Paper Mario literally stopped a genocide from happening, because the origami people were actually going to annihilate all the paper people because they really just hated them. And Mario's just like, oh no, I'm going to stop you, origami motherfucker. And so that's how that happened. Yeah, people don't realize just how base Paper Mario can be with their storylines sometimes. But anyway, so that's that story. Obviously, this court case, I don't know when it's going to happen, and who knows what the ramifications are going to be after all this happens. But with that said, people are already saying, they're already going to say release him. They're good. Whoever's on the jury, they're going to try to say all the jury members should just make him go not guilty just to prove a point. And also, because Luigi Mangione is hot in a lot of people's eyes, there's the hotness factor. So when he goes up there in his court trial and he starts convincing people, they'll believe him more because he's hot. So if he goes on this whole thing about how, healthcare are parasites and all that.
All over again.
Yep.
What?
Well, I mean, Ted Bundy legitimately was a fucking like monster and stuff.
Well, I'm
Like,
talking
this
about
guy-
how all these women thought he was fucking hot, just like the Night Stalker.
Yeah. But this is a different situation because people are sympathetic to Luigi in this scenario because of his healthcare thing. So if he goes up there in front of everybody and says, like, listen, I did this because I was fucking dying from, back pain and stuff, and I was not getting covered, and people will be like, oh, okay, with the stuff. So, you gotta be able to say that, you're going to bring that factor into it as well. And then people are going to be sympathetic to that in a lot of instances. And especially if he gets a not guilty because the jury members are sympathetic to him, then it's going to be like this whole thing of like, because I won't say it would revolutionize us. It may not be the thing that, gets people to get radicalized, but it could be the one thing that draws people's attention. Like, oh, maybe we should take a look at it. But then again, it might not. It's just a matter of how this goes further on the line. So anyway, so that's it for that story. Just wanted to give people an update on that.
That's like some vigilante justice to start the show off.
Well, like I said, I don't endorse vigilante justice because that's actually detrimental than anything else.
All I can think about
but at the same time, people relate to it. People can understand it, which is also something that you have to take into account as well. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Circus?
I was just thinking the whole time you were talking about Robin Hood.
Yep.
Oh yes, Robin Hood was an example of stealing from a bunch of bankers and then going like, yeah, I'm gonna give it basically back to all that. There was another one too. I can't remember. This was like a real life person, but he stole from banks and he ended up giving it to a bunch of farmers that had been ended up getting screwed over by the banks in like some western town or something. Can't remember the guy's name. Sketchy says, I know an artist who worked at the police department when Ted Bundy was on trial. What she saw made her want to fry Ted herself.
Oh.
This motherfucker's youngest victim was 12. Of course, everybody wanted to fry him.
Okay. So anyway, moving on. So Jay-Z, we're going to move on to Jay-Z now. So Jay-Z, who is also who's a billionaire, might I add. It is also a part.
Cat, you're on my lap. You're killing my legs, buddy. God damn it, Cat.
Cat attack.
Hold on. He was just on my lap. He was loafing on it. He was just so comfy on my lap, and then my legs are starting to fall asleep.
Oh yeah, the numbness that comes from having so much weight on you. That's why I can't sit on marble floors or anything that's not carpet, because then my feet start falling asleep. It's all that weight that's put on it. All right, so moving on to Jay-Z. So Jay-Z was being sued. Is actually has some. I mean, obviously because of his connection to Diddy. Now Jay-Z is getting caught in the mix. So there's a filing of a lawsuit that was filed back in October, but now it's being come to light. There's a filing that accuses him, Jay-Z, of let's just say S-ing a 13-year-old girl back in 2000.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
so,
Monokuma, where are you? We need your help.
Right, we already do punishment time? The trial hasn't even started yet for Jay-Z. God, I wonder what a punishment time for Jay-Z would be like.
Fuck it, let's do Jay-Z.
Something involving, make it something involving him as an ultimate rapper, having DJ tables all over the place, and then make Sonic Shuffle with the Sonic DJ minigame. If anybody here has ever played Sonic Shuffle, trust me, that would be so fucking crazy to do as an execution. Trust me.
That's what he's saying. That's what he started messing with Beyonce and Emil. Right around that same time. Yep. This was before his this is even before his big album in 2002 came out. So Jay-Z actually responded to it. I'm not going to go over really too much into it because it's basically just oh yeah, I didn't do it. That's basically what his response is. I didn't do it.
Yes,
trying to pull a Bart Simpson.
Everybody in fucking Hollywood did it. The problem is,
apparently
you're just mad they're singling you out.
Yeah, apparently this happened after an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000. He said the allegations were heinous, and he put it on the Rock Nation's Twitter account. So this was not on his own personal one. He did it on Rock Nation, which is the company that he owns. And also, he's got some ownership with the Brooklyn Nets, which is a basketball team. He's also a part of the NFL's culture department because when this was, he was the guy that was like telling everybody, like, listen, we need to move past Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem and all that stuff. He was the guy that was really trying to be in charge of that. People were criticizing him back then, but now that this stuff's come out, it's like, well, we knew him for the monster that he was. And people knew because of Lemonade, the album that Beyonce put out. If you don't know what Lemonade is, that's basically just an entire fuck you to Jay-Z, because for those who don't know, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, and that's why Lemonade was formed.
I've never heard of Lemonade because I'm not a Beyonce fan.
Yeah, so in 2016, Beyonce came out with an album called Lemonade. It's basically everything that happened after Jay-Z cheated on her. And so still with him, and even during the Renaissance, which was her album in 2022, she had a song where she's like, listen, we're technically married, but we're not really married, and if you try to fuck me again, I'm gonna kick your ass. That was basically in one of her songs. Oh yeah, I'm sure that there's going to be some divorce papers coming up pretty soon, unless of course she's really power hungry and she wants to stay involved with him. And yes, Jay-Z has been screwing a lot of people over. I know that for a fact. So his statement goes on to say some things like, whoever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. So he's saying that the person is not even a real victim that's being put this out there.
Well, shit, like, you're fucking... I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say, Jay-Z, you molested a 13-year-old person. That you raped them. They'll have that for the rest of their life. They are a person, you idiot.
Mm-hmm. But again, this is a man with a lot of power and a lot of money, and he thinks that he can get away with it. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, yes, because he's a rich man, because he's got the power, he's got the wealth, he's pretty much on the top of the hierarchy, he deserves to get away with a bunch of stuff.
Just because you wanted to get your dick wet that night, now you fucking psychologically traumatize someone for the rest of their life. I hope you're fucking happy with yourself, and I hope when you die you go to hell. And I don't even believe in hell. That's the fucked up part of all this.
Well said. Jay-Z, and listen, there's going to be a lot of right-wingers that are going to be defending Jay-Z over this. They're going to be defending Diddy, and they're going to be defending Diddy as well. They're going to be defending all of them. I'm just warning you right now, when these trials happen, you're going to see it just like how they were defending Harvey Weinstein. They're going to be doing the same thing here.
Good Christ, man.
Oh, yes, people. You are supportive of people raping other people. I hope through hell you get it, so you know how these other people feel. I know that is.
Hey, listen, this is what the election pretty much told us. I mean, the election pretty much was all like, oh, we got to uphold patriarchy, and we got to uphold the wealthy, because we don't want these fucking people that want change to completely destroy our existing power structure. I mean, that's pretty much how you saw. I mean, I looked at the exit polls, and this was exactly the type of evidence that I was seeing. Because like I was saying before, there are conservatives that believe in this hierarchy, and the more top that you are on the totem pole, the more shit that you should probably get away with. And everybody that's at the bottom of the totem pole, if you get accused of a crime or something, you should get the immediate death sentence. So
I want to go on a spaceship with me, everybody, to another planet just like Earth, to live there and let all these idiots have this planet, because I am through with Earth.
No. They want to go to Mars. That's the thing. Elon Musk wants to go to Mars and colonize that planet. So
no, I rather
God damn him.
It's not going to happen though, because they're incompetent. They're too incompetent enough to even have the resources to do that, because their own SpaceX doesn't have the same funds like NASA does.
I don't get away from these motherfuckers.
If the right wing does defend Jay-Z, it shows up decades of hypocrisy. Listen, you have to understand something. They can care less if they're hypocritical or not. Everybody needs to get this in their heads. You calling them out on their hypocrisy, they love it when you do that. They would be like, they are so, what's the word?
Unhinged.
well, they're not unhinged, but they are, but that's not the word I'm looking for, but they are so shameless that they could care less if they could care less about the hypocrisy that they would say. They're like, yeah, I'm a hypocrite and I'm proud of it. Again,
I mean, people are already like, fuck around and find out season still and playing leopards are already eating people's faces.
Yeah, well, listen, there are people out there that are saying, like, listen, we need to have, if people call us sexist, we should be wearing it as a badge of honor. It should not be something that insults us. We need to be loud and proud of it. It's like, yes, I'm sexist and I'm damn proud of it, that type of thing. So you're already starting to see that you're starting to already see that. So the hypocrisy stuff is not going to matter to them.
This is the pride that comes before the fall for these people. Leopards are already getting out here, brother.
I mean, yeah. Once some people
had kids yet.
Hey, listen. This is why. Wait, Silpha's saying something in here. The saying goes, "Someone cares so little that they couldn't care any less than they already do." Yeah, because this is a power thing. Again, this is a power thing. People need to realize that this is a power because they don't want marginalized people to actually have power. This goes back to the forming of this country, even going way back in like the 1619 era. So, I mean, this is a place where, the power structures are, they're the shifting of the change that happened during the time of retribution while we were having what was it called? After the Civil War, we had a Reconstruction era. And when that Reconstruction era happened, you started seeing a lot of retribution from a lot of white slave owners that were like upset that everybody was like, all the slaves are getting freed and they're now starting to form their own constituencies. And so what they did was they practically burned down the towns that a lot of these black people were in. And then this started like an entire 50-year retribution thing. And then women started getting right to vote. And then they started getting abortion rights. And then there was like a 50-year battle trying to retribution that because there was a Reconstruction for women. And then there was retribution against that. So always remember, there is always a side that is always going to be trying to go for change, and there's always going to be a side of humans that are going to fight against that. You know why? Because there are people that want to hold on to power so bad. And the reason why they want to hold on to that power so bad is because they are afraid. Oh, yes, that too. But it's also because they are so afraid of being considered like the others. Because for a long time, especially in religious circles, white people were considered to be the holy figures of God, and everybody that wasn't white was considered Satan's children.
Oh, bullshit.
And so what they projected is like, oh, we are the holy ones because we are worthy of God's image and everybody else isn't.
I don't know.
So
Last
this
time
has
I
been
checked,
like
fucking Jesus was an Arab and motherfuckers.
Well, again, that's why they advertised him as a white hippie guy, because they knew they couldn't get away with doing that. So that's why there was always that.
I doubt if we go back to like I'm gonna still stay with the whole with Eve thing after Lilith left the garden. I doubt Adam or Lilith were, pale when they were created.
Anything's possible. I believe anything's possible. We don't know our history, and that's always came down to it. Our history is lost as humans.
I mean, you should look up the Crusades. I mean, the Crusades were ultimately a battle between Christianity and Islam. And in fact, that Crusade battle is still going on to this day. But I mean, it's always been a religious power grab. Because the reason why religion started is because people were so afraid of, why is all this happening to us? Why are there thunderstorms always happening? Why are we always getting like all of our resources getting taken away? Why are we suffering? This is our ancestors, I'm saying. But like, why is all this stuff happening? Why are we existing? There were so many unanswered questions.
Aliens.
But one of those aliens. Well, the theory would. Well, there's a theory that's
the answer. It's like that. It's like that meme. Circus is like, answer to that would be that meme with involving aliens.
Oh, well, I had to pull out that. I wanted to put some humor into this.
Well, I mean, in theory, there was a big bang that happened and it just like exploded, and then it just caused like all matter of life to form. Because remember, we started out as goo. We stared out as like a goo and a pool of water.
I do believe there's a big bang. I told you, I believe anything's possible. I do believe there's a God, but I believe anything's possible.
But well, what was it? But yeah, this is what this whole struggle is. It's about like maintaining a certain level of comfort because, as Dio once said, to quote JoJo, as Dio once said, people want to have peace of mind, and power gives people peace of mind. So people are just constantly in fear, and because of that fear, they ultimately take actions that ultimately destroy other people while just benefiting them solely. So, I mean, this is human nature for the past, like 350,000 years since we've been around. So,
billions.
Yeah. So this is practically we're going to be seeing with this whole JC stuff that's going to be going on if it ever goes to trial. And because remember, when R. Kelly first got accused of this stuff, there were people defending R. Kelly because it's like, you're taking our precious music away. But then once all this stuff came out, it was hard for people to defend R. Kelly anymore. But again, people are going to deny and could be angry about stuff when their favorite celebrity. Again, we got to get out of this whole celebrity culture thing, because people are now people are saying like, we got to be just like the celebrities. We got to look like them. We got to dress like them. We got to talk like them. We got to buy the same stuff that they do. We got to drive the same cars that they got. We got to make as much money as them, because that's the only way to succeed in this world, when that's not actually the case. But people buy into it because of all the advertising that goes around. So again, educational stuff, unlearning some of the stuff that you've been taught in your childhood.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what's going on in Hollywood half the time. I am so disconnected from it until I can.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm
I just don't give a shit, because celebrities are like shit people, and people need to learn.
Well, not all of them. Not all of them.
I mean,
some of them actually are on the some of them are actually striking to like get unions and stuff. So I wouldn't put all of them in that vein.
It's the quote that I've heard most through my life that I go by: "Don't meet your heroes."
Yeah, pretty much.
Or else you're going to be disappointed by them.
Again, well, that's individualism. Like I said, you don't rely on one person to save everything. You have to rely on an entire group of people that all work together to go for a same goal. Because it's really hard to go against multiple people when you're like, let me rephrase that. It's better to think of like an entire collective of people that are trying to advocate for the same things you do, to be much better in doing that than it is to look like one person to save you. I mean, there's no like God people still have a God complex when it comes to politicians, celebrities, and stuff. But
P. Diddy has the God complex. He thinks he is God.
Well, a lot of people with like wealth think they're God. I mean, that's why they're trying to get away from the whole Jesus thing and try to worship Trump as a god now. Let's Sketchy saying celebrities used to warn people about the predatory studios and executives in Hollywood, and some of them still do. Exactly. So it can't fall. You can't. There's like some pretty good people in there. So I support the ones that do and hate the ones that don't.
When it comes down to it, I care about mental health, and that's what this is all about with me. Is someone getting violated, and it fucks up their mental health and the person for the rest of their lives. And this is what it all comes down to it.
And to tie it with the previous story, if you wanted to get therapy for that, the health insurance providers would say, well, here's only a few select that we would cover you for, but if you wanted to pay out of pocket, it's like $200 to do it. So
yeah, mine was $600.
Yeah, so if you want to think about it, a public health option would actually help pay for your therapy as well. And it would actually get you like actual therapists, because then the government would give you a select therapist that would help you with your particular needs. So, however, because of social media, that line is blurred, and because cancel culture is more of a selling point, celebrities can stay celebrities longer. But okay, so I mean, again, we're talking about like selling thing. We're selling a narrative. That this is what all it comes down to: selling a narrative. And how you get people to sell a narrative, buy into a narrative, is the story that you tell. If you just describe everybody as being scary, which is ultimately, if you play into people's fears, they go to like what they do with the conservative side. They just blame everything on immigrants and marginalized people, and they get away with selling those stories. So it's up to us to construct a narrative that actually gets people to believe in what we're saying. Yes, that one, Sylph.
Yes, that one, Sylph. We all know him.
I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm trying to calm myself down before I go off again.
All right. Well, let's talk about Fortnite while we're at it.
All right. Oh shit.
So Fortnite has had to send refunds to Fortnite players because they were charged for unwanted items.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so Fortnite's been very predatory in trying to force. So the FTC, which is an actual government branch, or not a branch, there's actually 3 branches, but the FTC is the Federal Trade Commission. It's like one of the things in the executive branch. But they announced on Monday that it is sending refunds to players of Fortnite who settled a complaint last year that centered around accusations of tricking players into unwanted purchases. So here's some key facts. So here are some key facts for you. This is from a Forbes article, if you want to check out the Forbes story. More than $72 million in refunds are being sent to Fortnite players in America who were charged with purchases that they did not intend to make on Fortnite, which offers microtransactions for in-game outfits, emotes, weapon skins, and more. The payments are going to people who filed a claim by October 8th of this year, who filed claims after that date, are expected to receive refunds in the future, and those who haven't filed a claim have until January to do so. The $72 million in payments is just the first round of refunds the FTC intends to dish out, according to Lena Khan, the regulatory agency chair, who, by the way, Lena Khan in the FTC has been doing some fantastic work, but because Trump got elected into office, now she's going to be kicked out of that chair and is going to be replaced with a businessman that is going to be all pro-business and is going to do the exact opposite of that, what Lena Khan would do. But anyway, so if you're a Fortnite player, here's how you would be known if you're eligible for it. So players who were charged for in-game currency for items that they did not want between of January 2017 and September of 2022, you could apply for a refund. Parents whose children made charges to their credit card without their knowledge between January of 2017 and November 2018 can also apply. Fortnite players who had their accounts locked between January 2017 and September 2022 after complaining to their credit card company about wrongful charges are also eligible. And you must be at least 18 years old to submit a claim. Parents would have to do it if you're under 18. You would have to file a claim before January 10th of next year. The payment amounts will depend on several factors and how many people file the claim. The video game developer still owes $173 million in refunds after this first round. So on top of the 72, we're talking about nearly about $250 million that this company has to now, Fortnite now has to pay out for people. That has been going on since 7 years.
Well, thank God I don't play Fortnite.
Yeah. What's the link to the article?
Oh, hold on. I'll send it over in just a second.
Okay.
All right, got it. Let me put it in here.
I don't know. They still have loot boxes.
Does Fortnite still have loot boxes? Yes, they do. According to my nephew. So they still do.
Oh, Christ.
Okay, so here's what I will say. Anybody that plays a game that has loot boxes or anything that has microtransactions, don't play those games, because this is how video game companies trick you into buying stuff. And one of the things that they try to do to keep you playing the game is by offering you those microtransactions. And that's how they get their money from you. This is one of the things where it can be predatory to play those type of games on the company's behalf, because they allow you to keep playing so much. They keep offering these transactions to keep you playing. And sometimes they can get away with it if the government's not paying attention. But since the FTC was paying attention in this particular instance, Fortnite got caught after doing it for 7 years. And now the company has to pay $250 million to all these people that got scammed. But there's other video game companies that have been doing this. So I would just warn people that are playing games that have microtransactions in them, be very careful that you're not getting screwed over. Check your credit card information when you're paying your bills and see if there are any charges to your card that you probably did not pay for. Because then if you can file a claim. But this is, again, under Trump, this will be a very tough thing to do because it's going to be a different FTC chair, and it's not going to be Lena Khan, who's been doing some very good work since she was put on the chair with President Biden. So I would say in the future, just be very, very careful. I don't play games with microaggressions or microtransactions myself. I tend to stay away from those games because I know how predatory they can be. So just be very mindful when you're doing that stuff. Hi, Lunar Sylph.
Sketchy, why do you play Lily's Garden? Like, do you play it ironically, or?
Okay, so FF Braid, Exvius, Marvel Strike Force, Lily's Garden, and Homescapes.
Oh, Christ. I keep seeing ads for Homescapes and even... Ooh, yikes.
All right, so that's my recommendation.
No shade, I'm just curious.
I'd probably just for the shits and giggles, I would imagine.
Probably.
Okay.
Just YOLO.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about TikTok for a second.
Okay.
So TikTok.
And I'm glad. Oh, thank fuck! I don't even have a TikTok. Go for it.
Right.
I gave up
right now
a long time ago.
On the 19th of next month.
Yeah, so they're going to try it. So they're going to be banning TikTok here in America for the simple reason because China owns it. And in case people don't know, there is a this hasn't been really announced yet, but there is a Cold War pretty much between the United States and China. And so anytime China wants to do something that goes against America's interest, America's going to try to do everything to make sure that China does not get an advantage. Even though, here's a little secret, China will, because there's just too much power that China has, and America is pretty much at the end of their power over the entire world. They've been usually been like having a stranglehold. Well, I mean, because countries are going to China for help. They don't want to rely on America because America is pretty much fucked over every other country. But they're saying this story is better than the ad sketch that he's saying. That's why he's playing Lily Gardens.
All right.
But TikTok also has been a source of information for what's going on in Palestine. There was a bunch of people here in the U.S. that got sick and tired of TikTok users going on there and really showing what was going on, because with the legacy media, what they were doing was they were telling a different story. They were saying like, oh, Israel is like, the victims of this, and this is the cause, this is the effect of like getting like the October 7th, and they need to defend themselves. But what TikTok did was they exposed a lot of things that the legacy media was not saying, and so the American government got pissed off about that they were actually doing atrocities over there. They were helping Israel commit atrocities. So that's one of the reasons why this TikTok ban bill came in. What?
Is it okay? There it is. There's a real reason.
Yeah, that was the real reason.
Stop exposing our lies. We want to be
criminals. But it's also because they're
private.
But it's also because they're in a Cold War with China. I mean, that's a secondary reason as well. That's one of the reasons why, because Israel is also a stranglehold in the Middle East, because China is also trying to work with countries in the Middle East, and the United States doesn't want that. So that's why they're always defending Israel. So this is like one of the big reasons, because they just don't want China to be the big economic power in the world. But it's looking like China is going to be that, and that's why they've been always fear mongering about China this, China that, China this, China that, and that's why this ban is going on right now. So I would recommend and I recommend that people just be careful as this TikTok ban goes into effect next month. There is Blue Sky. People can always go to Blue Sky because there's always going to be people that have been. One of the streamers that I watch, he just has like a stream where it just shows how many like Blue Sky viewers keep going up, and it just keeps track of all the tallies of how many people are going over there.
And a couple of us are actually on Blue Sky too.
Yes. I got a Blue Sky. Pretty much everybody is, because
I have given up on that type of
Twitter. Just fuck Twitter. Not calling it by the delusional rename.
We're dead naming right here.
Well,
Twitter's not a person.
Oh, wait.
I get the joke, but Twitter's not a person.
Also, Trump's Tulsa rally in 2020 embarrassed him due to TikTok. Yes, I do watch Bender, Sketchy. Yes, that too, because they convinced a bunch of people that, this rally that had in Tulsa, it sold out. And it turned out it was just a bunch of TikTokers buying the tickets so that people couldn't go.
The troll, just to troll him.
And they trolled him, yeah. And he was so pissed off when he got on the president's plane. Yeah, so, I mean, TikTok has always been a thing. And also, because TikTok is owned by China, an American billionaire like Elon Musk can't buy it out. So that's one of the reasons why they're also trying to ban it here, because of the fact that an American doesn't have control of it. So they can't really do anything because, and right now there are calls for TikTok, the actual company, to review this ban that's been going on. So who knows what's going to happen with that, because TikTok obviously is going to be fighting this back with a lawsuit and stuff. So we're gonna be seeing some stories about that as time goes on. But people are still gonna be using TikTok regardless if it's banned or not.
Yeah, they'll all find a way.
Yeah,
our phones
become
expensive, like the ones that had man, what the fuck was it called? Flappy Bird.
Oh God.
Oh fuck.
Imagine,
listen,
hey, buy my
on the
phone,
internet
it has TikTok on it.
Also, I've been lurking because speed running something. Ooh, what are you speed running, Salt?
What's your speed?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you didn't tell us what you've been making, Salt, for like dinner and stuff. But you need evidence of your TikTok claims.
We're kind of interested in food in this channel because the big guy here has been always asking us what we're making for dinner.
Yes,
always.
What we make for dinner, guys.
But anyway, yeah, so that's the TikTok thing. Also, you got to understand, people on the internet, you don't want to fuck with them because they are pretty smart when it comes to like actually getting things out there, getting information out there. It's something that,
baby.
Guys, Salt, I know that you think social media is all full of shit. Here's the thing, though. Social media is like the one thing where a lot of this news actually gets put out there. So I'm not going to fault people for like using it, because this is, because if it wasn't for social media, like what we had, like people would not be able to have access to information. Like go back to the 60s and the 70s. Like imagine how much people would have not known about what was really going on during the civil rights movement, because a lot of that was being controlled by the big broadcast stations. I mean, everything that people learned was through that. And even then, the civil rights movement back then was hugely unpopular because the news was putting it out there as like this, this is the worst thing that America has gone through. But obviously, as time gone on, people like started changing their tune once they started realizing, it doesn't matter what was put on the news, because you had all of these this movement led by MLK and Malcolm X and pretty much all these other black organizations out there that were getting on the ground and letting people know the actual truth. If they had social media back then, it would have completely blown away the type of stuff that you would be hearing on like broadcast news. And social media in a lot of ways, and now they're starting to realize this. The rich are now realizing that social media is actually calling out a lot of the shit. I mean, even YouTube is considered social media. We're on social media right now. So YouTube is a social media platform. I mean, we're doing this right now, and it's a way to get information out there that you wouldn't get from people that are owned by a corporation, because most people know that these corporations that are broadcast on CBS, ABC, and Fox and all that, they're owned by a company that has a lot of money invested in there, because there's rich people that own it. I mean, people don't realize that the Washington Post is owned by the Amazon guy. So, I mean, there's always going to be things where you always have a billionaire that might be in charge of these legacy media companies, but now they're starting to realize, social media is now being controlled by, certain billionaires. And it's like, we got to take control of these social media platforms so these things don't come out on us and all that stuff. So there's always a thing, because here's the narrative that I always want to point out. The enemies really are the billionaires. The people, the ones with a lot of money, they're the fucking enemies that you need to go after. It's everybody else. It's not immigrants. It's not anybody that's marginalized. It's none of that. It's the fucking rich people that own this type of money. Like Elon Musk is a villain. The Amazon guy is a villain. Zuckerberg is a villain. Like all these people with like Jay-Z is a villain. Like all these people with a lot of money, they're the villains. And those are the ones that we need to go after. That's why people did not give a fuck when the healthcare CEO passed away, because the guy was a fucking rich guy. So
yeah, I mean, think about it like the music video for. Think about it. It's like what we're going through is basically like the music video of that's the Land of Confusion by Disturbed. And I play that, and I listen to that shit a lot. I mean, especially if you actually watch the music video for that song too, man.
You are in hell.
Did you mention the AI thing that had like a 90% fail rate? That?
Oh no, I did mention that. Yeah, the healthcare company actually used AI to actually stop people from getting insured. And by the way, the AI thing is something. In fact, practically the AI was their algorithm was catered towards them. So they were just like, oh, I could just deny people on my phone while I go play golf. Anyway, you own an echo chamber like Echo the Dolphin, Sketchy? Anyway. All right, we'll move on from that and we'll talk about Hawk to a Girl for a second.
Fuck her, man.
What? We got 2 people here who wants to join.
Wait, what?
Oh, for Discord? There's a Discord.
Yeah, might as well. We got an hour, so might as well put it
All
in.
right, let me go generate a new link.
Okay,
Is it
so
gonna be a link that'll just last for the rest of this stream, or?
It's just
for an hour.
May as well. For an hour at least.
Okay, so Hawk to a Girl. Let's talk about her. So, does anyone know who that is? First of all,
no.
No. I don't even give a shit. I don't know, and I don't give a flying rat's ass.
Okay. Well, you'll laugh about this. So Hawk to a Girl. This was a woman named Haley Welsh. She went viral because on TikTok I can't remember what it was. There was a question that somebody asked her, like, how would you get a guy horny while he's getting his dick sucked or something? And then it's like, oh, you just got to Hawk 2 of that shit. Which is a southern way of saying, like, basically spit all over his dick while you're sucking it.
I have never used that in my life, and I'm from the South.
Check, please.
Yeah, so she became a viral meme on TikTok because of that thing. She's like, oh, shut up, and all that stuff. So eventually she went on Bill Maher's podcast, and Bill Maher was absolutely creepy to her, but she eventually started her own podcast because of Bill Maher's advice. And so what she did was she ended up starting to get into the crypto game. She ended up getting into what are called meme coins. Now, meme coins are just another way of saying crypto that's not Bitcoin. But anybody that doesn't know, crypto is a scam. Anybody that has crypto, anybody's at it, you are buying into a scam, because what they are doing is they are practically taking your money and not paying it back. It's so hard for me to try to convince my sister and brother-in-law and my niece not to do it. Anyway, but this is ultimately what's been going on with that is she was starting to develop a meme coin called the Hawk Tua coin. And what it ended up doing is it ended up costing a lot of people that bought into this meme coin, like 90% of the people that invested into this lost their money. Like 90% of the people lost their money because of this Hawk Tua meme coin that she got involved with. If you want more information, I would recommend that you check out a YouTube video called CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla actually talked to the people behind the meme coin on like Twitter Voices. Like he actually got into a conversation with them and completely shattered them over this whole thing. There were people that were going on Twitter and talking about how like, oh, you ruined my life because I put most of my life savings into this meme coin. And people just like dumped all their money into this thing because they thought like it would make them super rich, because that's what Bitcoin tries to promise you. And all these crypto things, they're like, oh, you put this in, because crypto is ultimately a thing that's not monitored by the United States government or any world governments for that matter. It's just a way to try to get some. And also crypto is also harmful for the environment because it sucks up a lot of energy. So she got involved in this because she felt like it was a way that, oh, I can scam people out of their money and make money for myself. Wait, what is Sketchy saying? I am in. Wahaha. Oh, is in the Discord.
Oh, they're in the Discord already.
Yeah,
I thought Sketchy
them to behave.
I was like, Sketchity's involved in a crypto. I'm like, Sketchity, no, get out. But anyway,
I'm Sketchy over here to behave in the Discord.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so CoffeeZilla is on his YouTube channel, pretty much ripped to shreds everybody that was involved with making this crypto meme coin for Hawk to a Girl. And one of the guys that was on there that was trying to defend it's like, oh yeah, all the other crypto is a scam, but not ours. We're the real crypto. We're the ones that are really making people wealthy. And Coffee's was like, you motherfuckers, I have receipts. I can go over the amount of money that you scammed people for. Where's all this money going? Yes, crypto, NFTs, and AI art are all scams. Yes, all of them.
Yep, all of them.
Yep, and they're trying so hard to try to get crypto into the government now, because after this whole what was the guy's name? I forgot the guy's name, but he was a part of a crypto company, and then he got caught, and then he got arrested, and he was trying to hide in, I believe it was like Puerto Rico or something. And they ended up catching him. But yeah, it just exploits people again. But listen, there's all these people that I see online, like even I'm trying to convince some of my family to get out of it, but they're like, no, we can make a lot of money do this. We could be rich. And I'm like, no, you're not going to get rich. What's ultimately going to end up happening is you're going to lose that money, and you're not going to get it back because they scammed you. It's not like stock markets, because with stock markets, you actually have a way to, track it, and it actually affects the American economy. So there's a way to actually take a look at what the things that you're seeing, and plus you're investing in companies. With crypto, you're just investing in some guy behind a camera who's like, listen, I got this coin, and if you just put assets into this coin, you can make 10% interest, and that 10% interest will ultimately, let's say you put $500 into this thing, by the time you put 10% in it by a month, it goes up to about $50. So by next month, you'll have $550, and you could just liquidate it and take it out, and you'll be $50 richer. But if you put more and more into it, it goes up, the interest will stay the same, and you'll end up becoming rich. That's how they scam you. With the stock market, you invest in a company, you buy stock in it, and eventually, as time goes on, depending on how much the interest rate is, and I learned this from my uncle, depending on what the interest rate is, you ultimately start that you put it into an account, and that money starts going more and more as you invest in it over the years, and you can either liquidate it or you can keep it around, and you can just make sure that you stay ahead of inflation and that type of stuff. So it's definitely something like that. Because again, the FTC monitors stocks or securities, I should say. The Securities Commission does that. And if securities finds a problem with stock, that's a charge, and they can ultimately you can go to prison for frauding people with stocks. Salmon Ultimate Freed. That's what his name was. Freed. That's what his name was. And so, it's very different because it's monitored by the government. So with crypto, it's not monitored, although they're trying to get it to, because they're like, oh, we got to do this crypto thing, because billionaires are all into crypto, because they don't want their money traced by the government, because they know they're scamming people. Anyway, so Hawk to a Girl got involved in this because she's become a viral meme in the past year. She really wanted to make a lot of money just by off of her podcast and stuff. So she got into this meme thing, this meme coin gimmick that's going on, and she got caught. And now people are like, I would want you sucking my dick now. So that's that. That's generally what I got going on with that.
Scam all over to me.
What?
Sending money to the Nigerian prince bullshit scam.
That's what that feels like.
Too. I remember that.
I remember that. That's so old school back in the day.
Well, example, that's all I'm giving.
All right. Well, pretty much that's all the stories that I got for this week that have been happening around there. There hasn't really been anything else that's been going on. So, we can just get into some fun stuff now while we're waiting.
Time for the fun half, like we used to say.
Yep. So who has what's for the fun half?
Anything you want to talk?
Let's see. I found that actually that next Wednesday is a stream night, which happens to land on my actual birthday.
Don't you have that thing?
Yeah, it's your birthday. What are we doing for your birthday week?
Oh shit! I don't know just yet.
Plumbers with ties. Pick plumbers with ties.
That's you! That's you, Circus! I don't do plumbers don't wear ties. That's you!
What?
I'm joking, love.
What's the punchline?
Porn.
Just piss you off.
I don't know.
That's the punchline.
Well, I don't know, Soph. Would you really consider that porn, though? It's not even.
I don't
like,
know. I was just quoting a meme.
I wouldn't even consider that porn because it's not even that. Even though there's naked people in there, it's not good.
I mean, shit, James Rolfe already did like a review on that.
Yeah, but we've actually saw the actual game of it, and it's like we were off camera. We were having a fucking. I was laughing hysterically because Soph just popped in with a joke randomly, and it just made me laugh.
Well, what's your call? You gotta think of what game we're gonna play, love.
I'm still. Oh, fuck. What's
I'm
up,
just-
Phil?
Hold on. Gotta share this image.
Oh God,
Okay.
what the hell did you still do this time?
Oh, like I said, I'm still trying to. I can't really. I'll have to look through Joey's gallery, I guess, to see what kind of games might be up there.
Yeah, Salt. The Discord link is in the chat if you want to look
Here,
at
I'll
it.
resend it to y'all.
Oh, I can't.
We can't see it,
do the
Phil.
link Soph in here.
You'll have
I
to
can't
show
see
us
the
on
link in
Discord.
There you go, Salt. It's good for an hour.
Oh no, I mean you could. Like, anyway. No,
Oh
Salt's
no!
loving that.
Anyway.
You better behave yourself in the Discord.
All right, let me just present it through the tab.
Salt, don't be salty, is what you're saying. All right, let's see. No, dumbass, you didn't send me a meme. You literally just said chopped porn, cropped porn with no punchline at all.
Salt, is that you
Oh.
just joined?
Oh shit! It was so funny that Self ended up getting out. Ah.
No, the porn gods got to Soph.
Wrong button.
But
Hi, Else.
Oh, and I should also mention Sonic 3 comes out tomorrow.
Yay.
Oh.
yeah, I thought it
So maybe play a Sonic game? No, I'm not. I don't even have the Sonic Generations game. Never mind.
well, hey, old school. We can do like the old school ones, just like to commemorate.
Well, the only one that's on the Switch is Sonic 2. They don't have any of the other Sonic games. So we can't really play anything else unless Sonic Pinball, but I don't really want to play Sonic Pinball.
Oh, the spinball one. I hear that's a pain in the ass to play.
It is.
Got an
That's why
audience roll.
when I had Sonic Mega Collection, that was like one of the least favorite ones I played on there.
Yeah. Oh, I did too. I actually had the one for the GameCube. I think it was.
Yeah, I did too. And then Sonic's Mega Collection with Sonic R. I mean, oh my god, I love the music in that one.
Wait,
why is Sylph putting up dolphins?
Is it? No, that's a dolphin sex again.
No, not that. What else? I'll put the.
Give me
Wait,
context. We need the context.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
they
see
were
if
This is
it
an inside
makes sense,
joke
and then
between
I'll
you and
say what the
Salt.
joke is.
No.
I think this is an inside joke between them and Salt.
What I like to do for the Discord in the future is get little like.
Okay, that probably didn't help. Just check
Wait,
the private
Sylph,
chat.
Sylph, why are you promoting a football game? You have the Miami Dolphins versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in your comments section.
Our?
Dolphin emulator. Oh, the GameCube. Okay.
Ow.
Yeah.
At least it's better than the Seaman game on the Dreamcast.
See, man.
I mean,
Fucking
the guy that narrated was actually the guy that played Spock from Star Trek.
Leonard Nimoy?
Wait, Leonard Nimoy?
Leonard
Yeah.
Nimoy.
Yeah, you didn't know
Seaman?
that?
You didn't know that? He voiced in Seaman.
Well, listen, I didn't watch a lot of the original Star Trek, so I don't know what the actors did afterwards. So
Hold on.
I know
I'm
they
more of
did
a
a bunch of
TNG
fucking
guy.
Star Trek movies.
yeah, I mean, I know that. Yeah.
That's all pretty much what I know.
And I know him from a few Simpsons episodes, like the one where he's like, actually, it's like a solar eclipse. The cosmic ballet goes on. Well, my work is done here. What do you mean your work is done here? You didn't do anything. Didn't I?
Well, for the future, I would love to get little cartoon characters of our cat as like stickers.
All right, hold on. You gotta see this.
Yeah, Sylph is working on that actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, remember they were saying like they had you and Mooney already done?
Sort of. I still need a little bit of feedback for certain things.
I did not know you were already done with our character.
It's a very, very early draft, though, so just hold on. I gotta share this.
You share it with us after the show. I'll tell you.
All right.
Not too late. I already got it.
It should be dependent.
Oh, we don't need to watch a walkthrough of this.
I know. I just want to show you the first
Seaman.
minute.
This legendary creature will be dependent on you for its life's blood. Begin right here in Gassay's laboratory. Where is this laboratory?
Yep, that is Letter Nimoy.
What awaits you within?
I apologize for the lack of a
You have no
Hello Kitty
idea.
theme on this.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
To think that when you're that desperate for money, that you can do something like that instead of going to conventions or part of going to
To be
conventions.
fair, it probably sounded like an interesting project and to begin with. Like,
Yeah, that's what they all say, and then you realize it's just a personal project that would never reach
come
out
to fruition.
people. Well, no, it would come to fruition. Like there's some
following.
actors from Star Trek that ended up doing like books or stuff on the Sci-Fi Network, but then it was just like nobody really bothered with it because it was just like, okay, it was just too abstract.
Ooh. We need to do a Star Trek night in the Discord. Joe.
Oh God, I could talk TNG all the time if you want me to. I was a huge fan of that
we
show.
wanted to watch episodes.
Although,
well,
it's really tough to watch TNG on the Paramount Plus app because for some reason when I try to watch it, the blue screen of death comes on because apparently my computer can't handle Paramount Plus on any even on Firefox. So.
Well, we're just gonna have to wait till you get the new computer.
I mean, I could
Most
talk
likely.
about specific episodes, and I could just be like, "Hey, here's what happened in this episode and why it's important in society."
There's always Mr. Kong over there. You can do
Mr. Kong, like Kong
He's
Sing.
talking about like Donkey Kong Country TV show.
yeah.
Oh, that too. Donkey Kong country TV show. Oh yeah, I could go.
You can
I
always do
love
first
that
as one
show.
of our first events.
It is such a cheesy fucking show, and like the fact that got made and they used motion capture in the first season was just like so bad, but it's so funny to watch. And there's like, I was like, there's not that. My friend Alex was like, this existed. I'm like, how did you not know this was Zinx? This was on Fox and Fox Kids in 1999.
We should watch the fucking Super Mario show.
No,
Which
no.
one?
The entire
Which one?
The entire Donkey Kong show is on YouTube, but the Mario ones aren't because they're owned by Netflix now.
oh,
Hi, Suspended. I'll give you the
Hi,
Discord
Supple
link.
Ted.
Hey, Lou.
Hello Kitty theme back.
I'll give you the link. You better.
No, you don't need to keep Circus. You don't need to keep posting the link. It's already in the chat.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about the newcomers.
Just in case it gets buried.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Just
can
in
just
case it
scroll
gets
through
buried.
it. That's what I'm saying. You could just scroll through it.
I'm just being cautious and nice. That's all, just to save them some time. That's all. That's what makes me a good show host.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, the Donkey Kong show's on YouTube, but the other ones, the Mario ones, aren't because they're unless you go from like some of those annotation communities where they would just post a show with their own annotations back in like 2014 and stuff. That was the only time you would ever see it on YouTube.
Yeah. I still need to see if I can go hunt down those Christian kids shows I want to make fun of.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, Pasalti's on my fucking radar now.
I mean, there's a YouTube channel that does that kind of stuff called Fundy Fridays, because they talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not religious. I just think it's ridiculous.
They're just like people that came out of it and they're talking about it, you know?
Here's the thing. I usually watch atheists review this shit just to make fun of it. I have to watch the audience. You have to watch it.
No, you don't. Not really.
It's kind of like that whole thing. It's almost like that little back and forth that you and Joe always had about Thomas.
Hey, he still has to do Thomas just to torture me. I'm letting him for the entertainment.
Although that would be a problem because I'm trying to find the ones with Ringo's star in it, and they don't have it on.
We have to have Ringo. Or else
well, at least part of it, because Ringo didn't do all of it, because eventually it went on to George Carlin.
That's the thing. We can also do George Carlin, which is acceptable too. Because I grew up with George Carlin as the conductor on Shiny Time.
I wonder if Shining Time Station is somewhere on the Pacific platform.
I don't know. We're gonna have to do a lot of research for all this shit for our audience. Once the Christmas
research, translation research, Google.
I know.
That's all it is.
But I don't have time to search out Google right now.
Google too much either, because it's kind of shit recently.
Yeah. Seems like everything nowadays has gone completely dog shit.
Yeah, that's that right wing. What do they call it? Nihilism kicking in there. Don't fall for that shit.
I have a need to entertain our audience.
Well, let's see. So yeah, as for let's see. Let's see. God, what the hell?
Sonic 3?
Huh?
What?
Did we forget to talk about Sonic 3?
No, we already talked about it.
Sonic 3 hasn't come out. Sonic 3 hasn't come out yet, so I can't really talk about it unless you're
is it because they've been putting up
Reeves' Shadow.
I know that's they've been actually making parodies lately of different movies. At least what I've seen on Twitter.
Dude, all I heard from an article recently about Sonic 3 is how Jim Carrey just came back for the money.
Yeah, of course. What exploded, Sylph?
What was that?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mute my mic.
I thought
it was me crushing a water bottle on my shoulder.
Oh, I thought it was did you open up a bag of Cheetos?
Alright, hold on a sec.
All I know about Sonic 3, Supple Teds, is Jim Carrey complaining about doing twice the work and only getting paid the same. Well, that's exploitation for you, Supple Ted. Actors that get to do more work but don't get paid for their, the labor that they put in. All right, so no reviews yet on Sonic 3.
Because people don't want to spoil everything,
Well, no, they have an embargo, and the embargo I think is going to be lifted soon because it comes out in a few days. So
that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all.
But the embargo would usually be released by now because it's Wednesday. Because the movie comes out tomorrow.
I just can't wait to see Keanu Reeves as Shadow.
Yeah, they actually went with the one that the internet fans were like, pick that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of like the it's kind of you hear about in the gaming awards that Shadow Generations was actually one of the first ones that were eliminated.
No.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. I mean, I think compared to other games Atlas games or Genshin.
That one's old though.
Of course, come on. I mean, you, of all people, do play Genshin, so...
Not as much, but yeah.
What do you mean, you of all people, Mooney?
I'm just being a smartass. Leave me alone.
It sounded like you were criticizing Syl for playing it.
I'm just, like I said, I'm just being a smartass. I don't mean no. I don't mean to. I don't want to hurt you or so. Because I'm just like, I have to be a little sassy every once in a while, as we all know.
Yeah, now she's doing the sassy characters I usually do, so she has to be.
Oh, you're talking about Danganronpa? Oh, by the way, people, class trial on Friday. This is probably going to be one of those ones where we're going to have to split the class trial in 2 halves because V3 has very long class trials.
Crazy long. So we're just giving y'all a heads up, everybody. It's going to be kind of crazy. And
is it going to be voiced? Is it
girl? Yeah. Dude, yeah.
It might be a good thing.
Of course, they weren't going to get away from that.
At least we're gonna rest our voices while being smart ass.
And the mini games and the mini games are so much better than the second one. And even better than the first one. Huh?
Are you saying that's not a bias?
Yes. I'm doing that because I played all 3 games and I can tell you they're fun as hell, the third one at least. Because the second one just pissed me off so much. But this one, I'm like, ooh, everything here is like fun to play, and I can get involved in it, and everything's like.
And it's like, and one of them is like it's so psychedelic.
Yes, which I love.
Let's remember, you had fun like kicking out shit just to earn coins in the game. Come on.
Yeah, and you don't get that in the other 2 games. We made boatloads of coins just doing that shit.
I started watching. Go ahead.
Oh, be fine.
I just started watching a little bit of the Danganronpa anime.
Okay.
Danganronpa 3.
I went into 3 episodes so far. Then
which one is the first one or the third one? Show.
Because I'm not touching the third one because I don't know if it's like.
Oh no, Danganronpa 3, the anime has no reflection on the actual game that we're playing right now. It's just based on the first 2 games.
Yep.
Well, I'm watching the first one right now.
Okay,
just the original first one.
I know all the spoilers now with it, so I'm like, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen.
And then after that, you should watch the stage plays that they've done in Danganronpa.
You're gonna have to send it to me.
Oh no, you can just look them up on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's some people that will upload the Danganronpa stage plays. They haven't done a musical yet, like they've done with Phoenix Wright, but I still haven't watched the Phoenix Wright one. But they did an all women cast of a Phoenix Wright show at one point, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
I'm debating whether or not I want to watch the Phoenix Wright movie, the awful one.
Yeah, there's a reason why they never made any more, because they took all the fun elements out of the game and they just turned it into like a courtroom drama that makes no sense.
Dude, I saw the fucking trailer for it, and when they got to the fucking plushies being in court, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they didn't even do the spirit channeling thing, right? They just had the actress just pretending to be somebody else, but they didn't really change her appearance.
Aw.
Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend. I saw little bits and clips of the movie, and I'm like, oh, they don't even have any of the music in it. It's just like, oh, this is just a courtroom drama. It's no different than what you would see in Law and Order.
I hate to say it, but them actually wearing the characters' clothes is kind of throwing me off at the same time too.
No, imagine if they tried to do it here in America. There would be so many writers that would take a look at this and say, okay, we got to take all these cheesy elements. And then they would get a focus group of lawyers that, I mean, come on, the amount of Legal Eagle videos that they've done, that he's done on Phoenix, right? Like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, of course not, because it's not actually based on real courtroom shit.
It's just a fucking game. Leave it alone.
It's a criticism of Japanese law. That's what the whole game was about. But it's like, well, let's look at this through an American context. In the American context, it would not work. I'm like, no shit, it wouldn't work. It's a fictional thing.
Based off Japanese laws.
But even then, they got a Japanese lawyer, and the Japanese lawyer was like, "Oh yeah, this wouldn't even happen in Japanese court. We're gonna give Phoenix Wright an F." And I'm like, "Oh God, you took all the fun out of it." Like,
oh, yeah. Wow, you're real fun. You must be real fun at parties, bro.
yeah, no, because that's like, because Legal Eagle is the type of lawyer that's like, man, I wish there would be like actual shows that show like lawyering that really happens in the courtroom. It's like, yeah, but what do you think these shows are going to do? They're actually going to do like point by point exactly how trials are in real life? No one would watch it if that was the case.
How about we watch court TV, Mr. Eagle? At least that's realistic, right?
Yeah.
No, he would even criticize court TV for being too much of a spectacle. I don't know if he's the type I don't know if he's the type of lawyer that would think that you can't have cameras in a courtroom because it would be like too spectacle driven. But like the O.J. Simpson one, I don't know if he would be criticizing that because they put cameras in there. But
or just like, or the parody one with the South Park with the Chewbacca defense.
Oh my God. Everything comes back to South Park.
Yeah, I'm going home.
I mean, hey, I gotta have to bring that reference in every once in a while.
Oh boy.
South Park did it.
And they parodied The Simpsons did it, so
yeah.
Everything comes in the full circle.
Well, Matt and Trey says, well, eventually it does come full circle because they're like, oh wait, we already did that.
Salt says, by the way, who is the one who said they wanted to talk to me when I was being really nihilistic? I don't know.
I don't know.
I said I told you to be. I'm telling everybody in that Discord to be fucking behave. I don't want to fucking kick anybody out tonight.
No, I don't think that's what they meant by the nihilistic thing.
Maybe it was Sue.
I think maybe it was me, Salt. I think you're referring to me.
I think it was you, Joey.
Maybe.
We can always look at back. Yeah, a couple of streams ago.
Well, it's been a while. It's been a while, but I mean, if it was probably me, because like, I usually like to reach out to people when they do like.
I think I remember was actually when you were talking about like the election and shit.
Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't. Oh God, now I'm thinking of the Shaggy song.
Oh crap!
But I called it nihilistic. It wasn't me.
Well, I'm confused now. I mean, y'all, I'm confused.
Okay, well, it can't be either of these. It can't be the other two because they weren't involved in that stream. It was just me.
Yeah. So the only election stream I was involved with.
Logic would dictate that it would be me.
Like I said,
if I was Miles Edgeworth in this situation, I'm like, well, logic.
I mean, you're the most vocal out of us, so.
And you have to remember, we didn't stream for 1 week when I was on vacation.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You were on vacation, like and I was out with my family because of my grandmother's birthday.
Yeah, I was like gone for like almost 2 weeks.
And I was going through a lot of shoulder pain and neck pain. Randomly, I should say. I don't know how it happened, but it just did.
And it's kind of funny though. My grandmother's birthday was last month too. And we had, I wanted to tell a story about that. We went to the Japanese restaurant because 2 of my family members from California come to visit us. My aunt and her my eldest cousin. When I told you guys years ago that the one that had 7 girls, the eldest came by with us. She drove most of the way over while we were helping my grandmother, like, get in and out of the van and all that stuff. We had a good time. I had some Irish coffee. Hey.
I know, Keedy.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, sir, can you let me do my step real quick, cat?
At least it ain't my cat. My cat's passed out. He like says, fuck you.
It's funny. Cash is like very chatty right now. And anyway, as I was saying, we had this couple that come in that's like, it was the girlfriend's birthday, and he started to chat it up with us about like he was a truck driver and talking about the whole thing, and where they were talking about like bringing up the election. I was like, oh my God, stop. I was getting pissed, man.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to come up with a stream. It's like, listen, if you got that person that likes to talk this shit at a family greeting, I'll be like, here's everything that you need to know so you can kick him in the ass.
I mean, I was like fucking annoyed because we were getting ready to pack up our food. It was
what a great place to do it too, in the middle of a restaurant too. Like,
it was a hibachi grill. It was at a hibachi grill, dude. We were at a hibachi.
Yeah, it's like what a great time to bring that up too, especially when there's like performances being put in front of you by chefs.
I mean, he was just asking. It was at the end of it that we were packing up. We were packing up our food to go.
No, if it was me, I would have been the ultimate troll. I would have been like, okay, so you believe this? Okay, then your house is my house now. And I got this, I'll pull out these papers. I'm like, listen, I got all these deeds saying that your house is my house now. So get out of my house.
Can I have my check before arriving starts?
And then if the owner of the restaurant gives me shit, I'll be like, no, this is my restaurant. And here's the papers that prove it's my restaurant.
Oh, about that. About that. I just heard actually from a coworker of mine that the owner that I knew, he's in jail.
For what? Did he do something?
Fraud.
Oh, he screwed people. Oh, no doubt. Okay, restaurant owner committing fraud. Not surprised.
I think he's been doing that for a few years, actually, and I think the day before my birthday is going to be when his trial's about to start.
Again, not surprised. So now he's going to have to...
And I'm fucking devastated, bro, because I knew the guy, and I even saw his little son, too, man. I'm fucking pissed.
Well, now it's going to be under new ownership, or they'll just change it into another restaurant.
Well, we'll see, though. I mean, I love the place. I mean, the Japanese restaurant has been my go-to ever since, like, from when I first had to deal with my breakup with my first ex-boyfriend. That was a place where I got to. It helped me cope. It was my copium.
You got our comfort food there.
Yes, I coped there, and shoot, and that was where I went with my second ex, and fuck. And that story with him is a hell of a roller coaster in and of itself. I won't spill the deets. It was, oh God.
Well, either way, you're like, this is what happens when you have like somebody that's, trying to fraud people out of it so that it can make more money for themselves. This is what happens. And then the customers pay the price for it. It's not because there's the consequences that come after that. So this is why we advocate for publicly owned restaurants.
I mean, shit.
I'll be in the wagon with the strippers.
You should help get sex workers unionized, Circus.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, compared to like the other story I had with the Golden Corral owner manager that I had that was arrested for murder. That's nothing.
Golden Corral fucking sucks. So
I've been in Golden Corral since I was a kid.
I mean, like I said, this one was like the manager that we had. He was arrested for a cold case back in 1991.
Ooh, that's one of those cold cases. And why did he murder him? Well, the answer is life insurance. It's always life insurance, which is why I don't have a life insurance policy, because I'm like, okay, now somebody has a motive to kill me. I am not putting a price tag on my life. Wait a minute. I know a class 3 joke about sex workers and unionization. Okay, Salt, I gotta hear this.
Oh gosh. That reminds me. We all had to do like a life insurance thing at my work too. I'm pretty much cooked.
Oh God.
Well, you don't have to sign up for it.
I kind of had to.
Oh, it's like a company. Well, I mean, you can always tell them like after you sign it, like, look, I want to get off this policy. You have the right to do that. You don't have to have a policy on yourself. Anyway, it's a class 3. I'll send. Oh God. Okay. After test. Okay. So Salt's gonna put in the Discord. Well, good place to actually do your jokes, Salt.
Oh.
You could be salty over there if you want
What
to.
does class 3 mean?
Do we have a joke server? I don't remember making one.
Well, we could put. I mean, if we had like a little section where, you could. I mean, you own it, Circus. We could always add like a little section on it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember if we had one.
I'm looking right now, and there is none.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind if it's in general either, but whatever you guys want to do.
I don't care.
No, we're not. It's Salt. There is no NSFW channel. So don't bother asking because we're not making it. It's actually in our rules.
Surprised me, to be honest, but I get it.
Put the jokes in general. We'll see.
We do. I mean, shoot, we usually do the kind of jokes on the stream, but much
Listen,
too.
we got an ace on the show. The last thing I want to see is an NSFW thing.
I'm trying to keep it friendly here, so.
Okay, then you can't tell the joke then. Okay.
And the rest of the crew.
DM it to me. A1, DM it.
Oh my God.
You sounded like the Fairly Odd Parents there for a second, so.
You're so salty, Salt. Oh well. I'll go find Pepper.
Oh, like the Blues character.
Salt is like, I'll show you. I'll share with you, Salt, if you want.
Cherry Blossom.
Oh. That's not cute.
Does that mean that you two are both going to be under the cherry blossom? Is going to be that storyline?
Oh boy.
So I don't know what it is about, like, oh, we got to do a romance thing, but it's got to be under a cherry blossom. I'm like, why?
Oh, that's like a weird anime trope.
It is. It's an anime trope because it's usually in Japan during the spring when the cherry blossoms are in full bloom. I mean, shoot, they've got like cherry blossom viewings over there.
Yeah, but everybody seems to fall in love in the spring.
Yeah.
That's where everything blooms because
By the way,
like how everything dies down during winter.
Speaking of Japan, a friend of mine recently told me this, but Japan now is doing 4-day work weeks.
Oh?
But the reason why they're doing it, there's a particular reason. It's because they want to have people No, it's because they want their employees to start having more sex so that they can have babies.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, but
because as you know, Japan does not allow immigrants to come into their country, and so their birth rate has actually been going down. So they're trying to encourage more people to start giving birth so that they can keep the the birth rates up. Because at the rate Japan is going, it's going to be soon to become an extinct country if they keep going at their birth rate. So they're like, okay, we got to start fucking more in order to get the birth rate.
Get rid of all the anime girls because
is the 4D movement there? I mean, popular in there as well, or
that's in Korea.
Yeah, but I said, is it also popular in Japan?
No.
All right.
You would think
Canada only has one child law, or is that gone now?
It's not.
No, that's China. You're thinking of.
That's China, Circus.
And didn't they reverse that to like, oh hey, you can have one more kid now?
I was asking if it was China. I wasn't sure. I don't live there, therefore I don't know the politics too well.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, starting on January 1st, 2016, 2 children.
Yeah, but Japan has like this thing where it's like they have to, because the fact that they don't allow other people to, they don't grant asylum to people outside of Japan. It's like, okay, now I think it's 97 or 98% like pure Japanese that live in Japan. And because of that, people are not, because of like the whole like, oh, I got to work, I got to do all this, I don't have time to have a family. Now they're like, oh, let's make them work less so that they can start like having kids and stuff. I mean, granted, it's great, it's a 4-day work week, but just not for the reasons that they want to do it for.
No Japanese bride for you, Kevin. Fuck off.
Oh, God. We had to bring up Kevin. You had to bring up Kevin. You had to bring up Lost Guy.
Yep.
Thankfully, I have not checked his social media, and I'm not. And thankfully,
I don't want to know anyways.
Thank goodness.
I mean, it's good for our mental health anyway.
Got away from that.
That way we don't throw our brains into an air fryer.
When it got to a point where people were not liking his stuff, it's like, okay, dude, you need to stop with this the NSFW stuff, because people don't give a shit about your horniness.
I'm kind of down because lately, because one of my favorite games, it's been up for like almost 5 years. It's like trying to do some like in real world stuff. They probably going to stop doing updates on the game, even though they're going to have it running. I'm pissed.
Are we talking about?
Well, they probably realized they couldn't make any more money off of it.
Pretty much.
Is it that?
Because again, that's a game that has a lot of microtransactions.
True, but it helped me cope. You know, it was a coping mechanism.
Salt, what is these class 2 and class 3 jokes you're talking about?
Yeah.
Class 3 and above starts getting you in trouble. I would hate to know what you're getting in trouble for, Salt.
Shut her. It's a boy. Or is that Lola?
Well, no, Kona's been good now ever since Dad's been back
No.
home, so thankfully.
I was talking about either self-dogs, either Lola or Chowder.
Oh, might be Lola. I don't know.
Were her barks like that?
Oh God, here we go, Salt.
I don't know. I don't even know what joke you're talking about. Karate for amputees. What the fuck are you talking about?
What the flying hell?
Okay, think about it. What does karate involve?
Like fighting?
And what do you move when you fight?
Hands.
Arms and legs.
Oh, okay. Never mind. There's more to it.
Okay.
What do you call karate for amputees? I have no fucking clue.
What the fuck, man? What's the punchline?
Oh, God, the fuck on. Oh.
It's okay. I already know I'm going to. If hell exists, I'm still going there.
I gotta mute myself. I'm about to cough.
Oh, salt. Now I know what to expect whenever you come on the show. And now that you know that, you're probably going to be like, okay, extra salt.
Joey's got the unamused Mr. Krabs face the entire time.
Salt is in our Discord now. That's going to be in our Discord now.
Yep.
Hey, aren't you glad you didn't add horny jail to the Discord?
Yeah, thankfully, because I didn't want to put up with that shit. It's already bad enough that my best friend's Discord server has a whole section where people just put their own porn ideas in there. I'm like, why do people want to know your own porn ideas? Like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, some of them could be writers and want to get ideas.
I know why.
Because their Discord is not being presented as this is like a pro sex thing. Like, it wasn't even like that. It was just like, oh, hey, we're just a bunch of gamers that want to post our shit. And they're like, oh, and then there's apparently an entire sex section, apparently. Okay.
Sorry, I am not putting up a fucking entire sex section for you hoarding bastards.
Yeah, no, because my asexual radar is gonna go off, and then it's gonna be like asexual Hulk smash.
And then Joey will be telling me to close down the fucking Discord, and it'll be all your fucking.
No, I would just get rid of that section.
Or you could just mute it.
No, because muting it is just like the same as I acknowledge you still exist, but you're still there. But it's like, no, you got to take care of the issue.
Joey's a moderator.
Mark it, or just fucking mark it as read.
It still wouldn't matter. I'm not one to post those things, but some of the jokes get very spicy. Are we talking chili pepper? Are we talking
California
cinnamon?
ghost pepper?
Are we talking sweet? Are we talking bitter? Are we talking sour? Work me out here.
So,
Think or something like Chili Pepper Gaming, like a California or like a Reaper pepper.
Yeah, but this Discord that I'm talking about, these people go wild with their ideas. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, good to know, Saul. Good to know.
Oh.
Now even the dogs are protesting.
I don't know which one that is. It might be Lola. The last thing I was a thing I shared.
I'm surprised that her barks are that deep.
Oh, usually that means that there's like a security threat if they're like deep barks like that.
Never mind, I got my ass kicked.
Oh.
Class 4. Okay, how many classes are there that we talking about, Sol? How many classes are we going through?
I hope there ain't a class 5 where it's just fucking murder on the ears.
Whoa.
You okay?
Jesus.
Just moving my leg. The cat's been sleeping on it. Ugh.
Okay, we got classes 1 to 4. There's no such thing as a 5. Okay, you're making this sound like these are hurricanes, Sol.
I know, right?
Talking about these. It's like, okay, now we got a class 4
We're gonna be curling
joke.
up in our houses when we get these class something jokes that act like hurricanes.
So every time a joke now comes around from Salt, I'm gonna be like, okay, you need to have your joke preparations. Make sure that you got power. Make sure you got your food. Make sure you got your drinks. Make sure that nothing's gonna be destroyed by the time you get home.
Dude, I'm waiting on Helen Hunt to show up for the next tornado.
Nah.
Oh fuck!
She's
Don't remind me of the tornadoes, girl.
It's already here.
And I have yet to see any more snow.
So, you want to teach a class on all the classes of jokes in the Discord or something?
No, I'm just gonna be like, hello, let me teach you how comedy is structured. Here, here's humor. Here's the definition of humor. I'm not gonna do that now. Because I do not know the history of comedy, and I am not fluent in the history of comedy. I'm not even influenced into the theory of comedy.
I'd rather hear your Romeo and Juliet tailgate joke.
It's not even a joke. It's just a parody of what Romeo and Juliet would be like in the South. Listen, Juliet, you're going to be marrying this college quarterback. He's going to be in the NFL one of these days. He's going to be so rich, and he's a good Christian boy, so you're going to be marrying him. But, Daddy, I don't want to marry Christian quarterback man. I want to be with Romeo because he actually wrote me a love letter on a napkin that had snot on it. It was the greatest gift I got, Daddy.
For anybody that didn't know, there was an old joke from years ago where they had like almost like redneck Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I encourage Joey on this.
Hey, Juliet, I'm outside your trailer, and listen, I got a whole bunch of moonshine that I drink, so I'm drunk out of my ass. So I wrote you this poem. I can't read it because I get very blurry when I'm drunk. So I'll just say, I want you, and I like you. You're the sun, and I'm the moon, or something like that. I can't remember what I fucking wrote. Just come on out here so I can profess my love to you.
Let's go to the tailgate party tomorrow.
No, the tailgate. That's where Romeo met her at the tailgate party, and then he followed her to her trailer so that she could go into like the quote unquote backyard to talk to her.
How the fuck
if pro is the opposite of con, isn't the opposite of progress Congress? Oh God, Jesus Christ! Anyway.
What the fuck would Romeo and Juliet kill themselves with in this version? Besides,
oh God, no, they would just drink moonshine until they got alcohol poisoning. Well, no, Romeo would do that, but then Juliet would just take a
probably a fucking like pistol to her head.
No, I was
an AK-47, maybe.
No. I was gonna say a machete.
Yeah, slit her throat.
You know, Orion's belt. Yeah. Oh, don't tell me this is a constellation with the women in it. You better not be making that joke.
No, they said waste.
Oh, waste of space. Okay. I was about to say.
Motherfucker got jokes tonight.
Yeah, Salt's got a whole bunch ready to go.
I mean, they were getting ready ever since we got our Discord up.
Yeah, we finally did that. My throat's getting itchy again.
Oh, yeah, because you've been probably talking for the past 2 hours, so yeah.
I was thinking before we went on. And I had like 2
Yeah, good thing you got a nap in beforehand, because that's going to be beneficial.
I didn't get a nap.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, there's my little loafy.
Hey, Elliot.
He's on my bed loafing like a good boy.
Oh, nothing.
I got you this cat. His name's Elliot. He's an evil motherfucker.
Now Salt's excited that Elliot makes an appearance.
He's a pretty little boy, isn't he?
He's evil.
I know.
I'm still convinced that Elliot is an evil genius.
I don't know if I ever told this, but I used to have a trash bin, a regular, one of those regular plastic bins that you can put like a lining in, and I used to have one of those, but he pushed it onto the floor so many times it cracked. But when it was still working, I had these Kinder Surprise toys, and one of them was a car, and he likes playing with this one car in particular, and he put it in the plastic bin, and like he had the thing turned so that the toy car could move like up and down this makeshift ramp he made with
That's cute.
That's the smart thing you did, honey.
And no, Salt, we didn't get the follow-up.
What's the punchline?
You're so smart. This is also
L, we got a Discord now. I gotta send you the link real quick.
Oh, hi, Mr. L, coming in at the final hour.
Oh, we need. It seems like all we're missing is twin power.
I know. I'm still trying to get them in.
I don't know. Well, Maggie eventually will show up, but.
I do have some good news. I found where my metal lunch boxes were. One of them holds stickers and the other one holds cards. I found it.
Nice.
Back of the drawer. Don't bite me. That's not how we communicate. That's not how we communicate.
Well, that's how cats communicate. Definitely.
Yeah. That sounds like that. I remember that one little short that had that with that orange cat. That's not how we communicate.
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
Oh my God, Mom, look at that cat. Mom, the cat. The fucking cat is out of here again. Mom.
That fucking cat was a nightmare looking fucking cat, but it was funny how he reacted to it.
It just reminds me. Oh, there were just some hi, buddy. You're back on my lap again, and now you've got my hands imprisoned.
Oh my God, Salt! You had to explain that joke so much. You have to go into that much detail. You gotta be able to be like, okay, gotta sit back and be like, okay, gotta evaluate
the
this
joke.
joke.
Is just like, oh hey, this word sounds like this word, but it's spelled differently from that word.
Joey's brain's on dial-up right now.
I can hear the dial-up sound coming from it.
Yep.
And what, I'm just gonna get mail in my brain.
You don't get the joke about the dial-up.
So, have any of you guys heard of how there's this channel that does room designs?
No.
Well, that's
like
pretty
the
much
most-
a lot of channels.
Well, this one,
I mean, there's a lot of reality shows that do that.
Yep.
but I mean, this one is like weirdly animated.
Is it
Defined
3D?
Weirdly.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta get this.
Is it the 3D with this guy's like all loud shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
Hold on, I gotta share this because this is just, it's very unhinged.
I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Oh,
It's gonna
no.
be that unhinged. Is it feng shui? Is it like one of those feng shui things?
Hold on,
Where they try to organize a room based on spiritual energy?
Oh no, it's more about, oh hey, we redesigned this to be efficient.
Oh god, so it's like that one show that they had on ABC. Whoa. What's going on over
YouTube
there?
history instead.
What?
'Cause I'm not logged in on Chrome. Which, by the way, if you're using any Chromium-based browsers, yeah, no, they're gonna fuck up with ad blocks.
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
You ever look through your stuff and wonder when the fuck did you get certain things? Because I'm starting to look at my DVD collection.
Yeah, you don't remember when you bought DVDs?
I don't remember buying half of these. I go to thrift stores and I go towards the DVD collection for some memories.
All right, I found one that I want to share with you guys in the last moments.
I mean, the last DVD I bought was actually the Dante's Inferno one.
Here,
What are DVDs?
right here. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh.
that's the ones I've been talking about.
That looks so weird.
That's AI. That's
Yeah.
AI.
I know it's AI, but it still looks weird.
It's AI. It's not
It
to be
is.
taken seriously.
Like I said, a lot of people were pissed off about some AI shit lately.
No, all of it.
Hell,
Just all of it.
Coca-Cola did an ad, and now it's all
Oh,
AI.
did you mention galvanized square steel?
Yes, it's because they don't have to pay their advertisers money, or people that like are paid to do advertising. They realize, oh, we don't have to pay them now.
I think so. I think there was one with the character Blue Rose from Tiger and Bunny that did like a Pepsi ad or something.
No.
I'm dead ass confused.
We got 1 minute left, guys.
Well, at this rate, I might as well do the closing.
Okay.
All right. Well, Danganronpa's on Friday, so we're gonna check out the class trial for that. Thankfully, I only have to work tomorrow because then it's a holiday party, and then Friday I have off. So I'm like, thank God, because I'm not gonna get home till 11, and it's gonna be like one of those noodle bars where there's karaoke and there's nothing on the menu that I will eat.
Oh,
So I'm
That
gonna
sucks.
I'm gonna get something for dinner beforehand, and then just go to the holiday party and be like, okay, I'm gonna see how many people want to get drunk and do karaoke,
Oh
because
god.
that's gonna be the thing. Gonna be like, okay, you did this. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna be over here going like, okay, I will only do karaoke if there are good songs that I can just use for content later.
You should bust out your dance moves.
No. All right. Yeah. Be sure to do all of the algorithm shit.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that people are gonna notice us. Because that's the only way that you can get stuff done is algorithm shit. Until then, Until then, we'll catch you all next time on Friday. Till then, good night. Enjoy your Wednesday, Thursday nights, and we'll catch you Friday night. Bye.
Bye. Love ya.
Bye.